Hey, what's up, everybody? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. So, as you can read from the title, yeah, this day was kind of crazy. First off, I don't want to incriminate anybody, so I will be using fake names. And also, this happened about 6 years ago. I was 14 at the time. I'm 20 now. So I had this friend, and for sake of the video, let's call him Michael. So me and Michael would hang out pretty frequently after school. Um, I actually met him because the ISS kids would sit at the same lunch table as me, and so that's the first time I met him. And then it turns out we had some mutual friends that lived in the same neighborhood, so we played basketball together and just hang out. Something to know about this kid was that he was a bit older than me, like a year or two, because he had been held back. And the other thing to consider was he was about a foot taller than me at the time. So I was always really like the shortest kid in my class, and I hadn't really fully hit puberty at this point. So I was still in the 4 foot range. I was probably like 4'10", and he was like 5'9", 5'10". So about a full foot taller than me. So one day after school, we're hanging out, and he was a little bit of a pothead, and he wanted to get some weed. And so I had never smoked before, but I really wanted to because I had watched all these weed movies like Mac and Devin Go to High School and all the Seth Rogen movies and stuff like that. So I really wanted to. So we come up with a plan to get the weed and get the cologne and eye drops and everything so that his parents won't notice when she came home because she usually worked late, so we'd have maybe until 6 or 7 to just hang out. So we finally get the weed and he rolls it up, and at this point I'm pretty excited because hey man, there's some weed and it's gonna be like all these movies. But unknowingly, I was kind of getting paranoid because I was worried about my mom finding out, and I really shouldn't be smoking at 14. Like that can do a lot of bad stuff to your brain. I had read articles about that, so I was just starting to get paranoid. Just wanted to kind of hang out. So we smoke it, and I just remember feeling really tired, and that's probably because that's when I would go home to take naps after school, and partly because that's what it does. That's what it does. So we turned on some GTA 5 because it had just come out, and we were playing for a while. And then this dude Michael takes my phone, and he wouldn't let me have it back. So that's starting to piss me off, especially because I'm high and I'm already kind of paranoid, and I just want to chill out. And he keeps on doing stuff. I don't remember exactly what he was doing because it was 6 years ago, but I do remember it was really getting on my nerves. So I'm a pretty peaceful person, but at this point, I just kind of push him just to be like, yo, stop messing with me. Like, give me my phone back. Like, chill. I'm serious. And I'm definitely not trying to fight him because one, he's still my friend, and two, he's way bigger than me, like a foot taller. So this man leaves the room and comes back 30 seconds later with a knife. And then he starts pointing it at me and threatening me with it. So I back up and I'm ready to leave at this point and just walk back home, even though it's starting to rain. And so he follows me to the door and stabs right next to my face in the door. Like the door had a knife mark in it. Those are right next to my face. I'm 14. I'm tripping out. It was so I walk out the door and he starts filming me and telling me I can't leave because my phone's still in the house and he has my charger and he's gonna just do stuff with my phone. So he's just making fun of me at this point, filming me, like cracking jokes. And at this point, I'm just ready to cry. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. I'm like, this is not what I wanted weed to be like, especially my first time. So then he tells me it was all a prank and then I should just chill out. But he's hysterically laughing, and I do not trust him at this point at all. But, he's telling me things like he's going to show the video to all the friends in the neighborhood. And, like, I'm really ready to cry at this point. But the more he talked, the more he just made it seem like it was cool. So eventually he made me laugh, and I just like came back inside, just told my mom to come pick me up, like I was ready to go. So whatever, 30 minutes later, a month or an hour later, my mom picks me up, and that was that. It was cool. I think he felt kind of bad, but our friendship definitely declined after that, though. I just don't really play like that. I don't really get that kind of humor. Like it really scared the hell out of me at that age. and I just was not going for it. He literally ruined weed for me. So we were still kind of cool after that, but it was definitely never the same. I honestly hope he's doing okay at this point. Looking back on it, he definitely had some trauma that he was dealing with, and he was taking it out on me. And this wasn't the first thing he ever did that was really sketch either. So one time he asked me to give him money, and it was like $200, and I did, and then he never paid me back. And then he was doing similar stuff to other people, and he would just say it was pranks. Um, but I can't say he was all bad. Like we did have some good times. We definitely played a lot of basketball, played a lot of video games. Like he put me on the Chief Keef and Speaker Knockers. So I mean, it was cool. He wasn't all bad. I honestly think he just had some problems he was dealing with, and I honestly still liked him at this point. I just couldn't hang out because every time we'd hang out, he would do something like this. But that was a while ago. I haven't really spoken to him in a few years. I hope he's kind of calmed down, and I hope he's living good right now too. But unfortunately, that was the time that my friend almost stabbed me, and that was the first time I ever smoked weed before in my life. If you're new to this channel, I have a lot more coming. Please subscribe. Thank you. Peace.